a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! Nick Will! Villa in the lead!
Hello, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe. Make sure to smash the like button on this video. Give it the thumbs up. I'm joined by Callum Shaw today, who is a video vlogger on Holte Heaven TV. This is the Avfc weekly recap, your weekly dose of Aston Villa news and headlines. Aston Villa victorious in historic 150th anniversary game, and Aston Villa come back from behind against West Ham, which was a great comeback. We did it for the fans on that very special occasion, and the result was important. And we are through to the next round, to the fourth round. That is all that it matters. We did it. I am massively relieved. And Aston Villa in the fourth round will play Tottenham Hotspur at Villa Park, which will be the 7th of February on the weekend of that. And also, before we get started as well, for those of you that watched the video I uploaded yesterday, I showed the behind the scenes video on my podcast. So I recommend that all of you go check that out. It's a real interesting insight, and it highlights my limitations and shows all the support I need from my caregivers. So make sure to show your support and have a look and share the video. Well, it's great to have the show, Callum, again.
Yeah, I really do enjoy these. So it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of a week. I always look forward to the weekly recaps.
Yeah, me too. I've got something in mind today, so I'm really happy to be on again. So,
well, tonight as well, I'm going to talk about a lot about the FA Cup weekend, and towards the end of the show, but also we'll talk about some transfer news. Aston Villa agreed a deal to sign Marlon from Dortmund, and I believe the fee is around 23 million euros, including add-ons. The first being rejected. So let's talk about the FA Cup before we get to transfers. So, Callum, what is your thoughts on the FA Cup game against West Ham?
well, it was great to win, first of all, because we very rarely go through on these competitions. I think before last year, when we played Middlesbrough, it would have been the first time we would have got past the third round since 2016, I believe.
Yeah,
So
we got poor record.
it's an indication. Yeah, it's an indication that we don't do well in those competitions. So it was nice to progress, but I actually really do think now we can beat Spurs just because of how tactically inept they were on.
They weren't great against Tamworth.
Yeah,
They had to bring their big guns on.
Yeah.
In order to win.
It was a real shame. I think everybody in the Midlands were really backing Tamworth really, and they could have easily won the game if they would have took some chances. But really, though, I mean, it just goes to show you really that just it's all about belief in football. They could have gone all the way. I mean, there was a Tamworth player who was a professional plumber, I think, something.
They all got jobs. They all got their own jobs still, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the one that did that. did that spin past one of the Spurs players. So it's just brilliant to see. These are people who work two jobs, and football's not really their first profession. So to just to have that great performance and take them to extra time was something
Unbelievable.
that was great for football and great for the Midlands. So
And so
I wouldn't be
magic of the FA
really
Cup.
disheartened. Yeah,
That's what I love about the FA Cup. It gives the lesser teams a chance.
and we would have had them if they would have beaten Spurs. So
I know, it would have been a derby, wouldn't it? If you got them.
yeah,
Well, I didn't realise that, like, this season, that they're not doing replays, which I didn't realise.
I didn't realise that either.
I think it's a shame, because they've Tamworth. They would have got a replay at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well, eventually, and it would have been great for their fans as well.
Yeah, and it would have been great for just fans who just support their team because they're local. Like how they're in the non-league and now they're going to go to a fantastic stadium in Spurs, which is probably one of the best in the country, and see what that's like, because it was a really, really tiny stadium in Tamworth, really, and it was just a real community stadium rather than one that was built for all these occasions and owned by owners who have millions and millions in the bank. So it's just good for football, really, isn't it? So
And did you go to the West Ham game?
yeah,
I mean, the atmosphere was incredible for kickoff. I know the kit that you're
yeah,
wearing
right.
now. They did a great job with that old crest.
Yeah, it's actually a training shirt template that they've used for
Yeah.
this kit, but the badge is absolutely fantastic. I love it. So I've also
Just
got
sorry.
the patch and the numbers as well. So the
Oh,
numbers
yeah,
are
nice one.
the numbers are. Shall I turn around? Can you tell me when you
Oh,
can
yeah,
see that?
I can see
So
that, yeah,
yeah,
24, yeah. That's
so it's
clever, that
got.
is.
I don't know if
Very
you can see.
retro.
I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can
Yeah,
see, but there's actually a stitch effect in the number
yeah, they're gonna fit.
because of the embroidery. So that's what really makes it for me. I really do. I do like what they've tried to do with this,
It's
and
really nostalgic as well.
yeah, it's to do with the first. I think it was away
First
kit,
ever
I believe, or
game.
something.
Yeah, that's it,
It was
wasn't it?
in. This kit was born in 1878, I think.
And William McGregor, it's all to do with William McGregor and all the history.
Yeah. So this red badge is based on the Scotland badge.
And we never always used to wear claret and blue either.
No, we
That was our
wore.
very first ever.
I think our first ever third kit was actually green. It was a green half and half.
Oh, yeah.
So I I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind more like black and red kits. Really, I wanted there to be a kit based on this one before the season started. So I'm just happy that it's finally happened.
I'd see the photos on a big screen, made me very emotional. You show the memories, including William McGregor. And what I love about it, with what football clubs in the past, it's great to hold on to pure nostalgia, really.
Yeah,
You have to remember the history makes the football club for what it is.
it was great how they did the night. I went in like literally on kick-off, and you can see like the massive tifo of the badge. That was all I got to see. And then
Oh,
you have
amazing.
other legends that are coming around the Holte End and stuff. So that's all I saw, really. I think the night was absolutely brilliant, just for what happened and the turnaround as well. And who knows? I mean, maybe that night maybe got to the players a little bit in the first half, because imagine though if we
Maybe
would have lost. Imagine if we'd have lost that and got absolutely battered on an
it would have been
anniversary. So
disappointing. It would have been really
the
bad if you lost that game.
the players might be a little bit nervous for that occasion, really, because if it's an anniversary game, you want to have a great night and you want to go home feeling happy that you've won on a special night. So the pressure might have got to the players a little bit in the first half. I know that when we played against Leicester, there was a few
Yeah.
similarities in the way we kept the ball, and we didn't really go forward really until like 30 minutes into the game, really. And I was just happy in the second half that we got it going again. I think it was from the 60th minute onwards. I think we really did show our class, and it was a great result in the end. And how we managed to turn it around was superb. So there's a
And as
few
well,
individual.
a lot of hard work went into
Yeah,
organising this. It took a lot of planning and credit to everybody who was involved organising that event. It all went to plan, and hats off to them as well.
the only one criticism I've got of that was it wasn't really to do with the club either, my dad. So there was fans that were queuing up for these programs, and it was
Yeah.
all across Witten Lane, all the way to the Holte End. So they were there with their bags, and they got like a whole bag full of these programs. Some of them had more than one bag. They were just filling them all up and then selling them on eBay for like 30 quid. Now every fan has now left without no souvenir of that game. Yeah, they had a free newspaper and stuff, but I mean, really though, ultimately they've missed out on a piece of history. I would say
Oh yeah.
that's the only criticism I've got. And to be fair, the way the club should have done that as well, they should have said, okay, you can get two programs per person, like they did with like the concessions and the food and drink and things. That would have completely put a stop to all of that, really. But
Did you have
it's
your
just
beer?
people letting the fan base. No, I didn't actually. I went to the Witten Arms and had a few there, and then had a pie and a few chips. So fair enough. I mean, it was a good occasion, really. But I didn't
Yeah.
get any souvenir apart from the newspaper, which I'm gutted about. So.
I mean, the anniversary as well. It really shows that Aston Villa, what such a big club we are, with history and tradition. It's kind of a shame, really. We didn't play a founder member in that game instead. It would have probably been better. Something like that. And we would have founder members,
I
we are.
think, yeah, so I believe the reason why it was this year, 2025, was because it was the first ever recorded game that happened in 1875.
Yeah.
But it was to do with the 150th anniversary. But I think that the reason why it happened was because of the first ever recorded game. That might be the reason why it happened. Also, um, in January, really, to start the new year. I don't know, but either way, man, it was superb. Really good night. So I'm very
And
happy.
also, you have to give a lot of credit as well to Chris Heck, the marketing behind it. He put a lot, he put his mind to it. A lot of thinking going on behind the scenes.
I think I think he's gotten a lot of stick off fans. Really, I mean, me personally. Now I don't know if this is what other people really think, but I don't really care about what fans really do think of him, really, because if he
Yeah.
goes, the football club still remains. You know what I
Oh, yeah,
mean?
still goes on, yeah.
The football club still is Aston Villa. If he was to leave, Aston Villa would still be a thing. I mean, Tony Jaa left, and I don't know where he bloody is now. Randy Lerner
Yeah.
left, and the club's still going. So as long as we can still attend games and support the team, really, it's all that matters to some fans. Yeah, it could be a lot more fans who are priced out, really, but
Yeah.
we're just going to have to deal with it. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying
Mhm.
that this is the way it's going, and I think the reason it was capped was the reason of the good atmosphere. I would say, because
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like 30,000 capacity, and
Well, it
especially
was a
last year
sellout.
when we played Everton. Remember when we played Everton and the tickets were really overpriced.
Oh yeah, very,
You know, I
very,
think
very
I
overpriced.
think this is I think he's listening just a little bit,
What
and
the
I think
fans
I think
wanted.
he's and I think he's getting there a little bit. But like I said, I mean, if he was to go tomorrow, the football club still remains. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just my point.
But
So
another thing as well, the reason why the West Ham game as well, it was a sellout. So you want to choose a game to get a full capacity for the 150th anniversary. That's another idea why I think he chose that game as well.
I was really happy with the layout of the away fans, which sounds weird for me to say,
But
but
where are they sitting?
what I mean. So they had. I was in the whole end, but just right up there, 5 rows in the back. So they had the whole of Doug Ellis plus the lower in the corner by the north. So if they were to change around where the away fans sit to the Holte end, I think that would be amazing. Because the atmosphere really did help. I mean, because they had the whole stand, you've got
Oh yeah,
the old 10 singing to the West Ham fans and stuff, and it's just so disjointed. I could see why they do it, because they want
yeah.
the home fans to be the superior fans and they want to scare away fans. I get it, but it's just a great atmosphere. It was a fantastic atmosphere, and it was really different. And I think that was probably one of the best of the season,
It's good to see.
apart from Bayern Munich. I mean, no one's beaten that night, but it was up there with one of Villa's great atmospheres. It was superb, absolutely superb. So
Well,
I'm
let's
I'm
talk about
hoping
yeah,
that can happen.
the football. So the first half, we had an awful first half. I
Yeah,
think we lacked a lot of ideas, but we had no ideas. And also, I think Graham Potter, West Ham, I think he will do a good job there. But the thing is, it's never easy when you're playing against a team that have got a new manager, because they get that new manager bounce. And they're limited to us with a few opportunities. So yeah, first half was one to forget. Second half was a lot better. What do you make of it?
it really was a game of two halves,
Mhm.
and I saw a lot of similarities from the Leicester game that happened on Friday night. And can I just say, I don't know if you heard this, but in the whole 10, fans started booing at half time and the whistle
Well, they
blew.
buried. That's bad.
Really, it was a really loud boo. I wasn't going to
Oh, good.
say this on this podcast, but I might as well now I've said it out. I would say the reason for that was because of the just the performance, really, because we all know it wasn't good enough. There were other
It
ways to
went
go.
brilliant.
There are other ways to go around it rather than booing. I've never booed. I've never booed, even when I
You
was
get,
under
you
Gerrard.
get, you gotta get behind your team.
Yeah, hopefully that don't sound big-headed. I've never booed. I've never booed my team ever, but so I can get. I can get why, because they're frustrated with the performance, but I'm not saying
Mhm.
it's right or wrong. It's just a bit distasteful, the fact that where
Yeah.
where we are and we're in the Champions League and we're not really
Yeah.
struggling. We we
But
we might
yeah.
seem that we are struggling because we have had a few bad performances, but still managed to grind out results. But I think it's just the principle of where we are in the Champions League, and from where we were with Emery compared to now. I mean, when we was
But
under
Emery
Gerrard,
took
we
us
had a
there.
reason to be there.
Well, 2 years in the
Yeah,
Champions League. I would never thought I would
yeah.
have seen Villa playing Champions League football. Never in my lifetime, I never thought it was going to happen. But it has.
Yeah, it was very, very, very distasteful in the end, really. But
To show
it
it,
was
look at
probably the
West Ham.
minority.
We're not very vulnerable on the counter attack we did. In West Ham, we let Kudos and Paqueta. I don't know if you know, do you think Paqueta dived? At one point in the
What?
game, he did a dive.
Well, I think when we scored the first goal, he definitely made a meal out of whatever he tried to do, because apparently Conser and him had a little bit of a tussle, really, and there was nothing really in it,
Yeah.
but he went down like he'd been shot. So
He did
I
that
think,
Kudos. He caused a lot of problems, I think, for us.
yeah, and we were linked with him not long ago, so that pains me. But he's a great player for West Ham. I really do like Kudus anyway. Really nice.
He's got a lot of pace. He's really brave
Yeah,
with the ball as well.
he's a really, really, really good player.
And I think the other thing I noticed in the first half, we were dwelling on the ball far too long. We did get
Yeah,
caught out a few times, especially
that
flying out from
first
the
goal,
back.
the first goal for West Ham was brilliantly worked. I don't think Olsen could have done anything.
No, it was a
Um,
great finish, a great move.
yeah, one thing I want to say about Olsen is, I would say my theory would be that Emi Martinez is too good, which he is, because he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now.
You're not gonna beat Martinez. You're not gonna beat him.
So whoever is second, third choice, we would go, hang on a minute, Emi would have saved that,
Yeah,
because we just think Emi's far too good. And Olsen's made mistakes, Gaethje's made mistakes, even Emi's made mistakes. It
yeah,
happens. Goalkeepers make mistakes, players make mistakes. And some of the abuse Olsen gets is just unneeded, unnecessary,
I do
and
agree with that. Yeah,
pathetic.
yeah.
Pathetic. Because
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
goes, "Oh, Olsen, what you doing here? Your positioning's all wrong," and stuff. I mean, there's nothing he could have done whatsoever to stop that from going in the back of the net. It
What
was
he is,
just brilliant
he's
work.
a Swedish international. So he's an international player.
Yeah,
I do feel sorry for him.
I feel
We
sorry
always
for
seem,
Gaethje too.
yeah,
I mean, I know that Palace game, he didn't really have a good game, did he? But that came down to confidence, really, and it was his. I would say it was his first start in a competition, playing in the Carabao Cup, and his confidence is good. He's going to get shot, really, and as you said, I mean,
yeah,
he struggled from making that adaptation to Australia, to the Premier League. Because if you think about it, like, I know it was the Carabao Cup, but this was two Premier League sides playing against each other. If you think from where he's come from, like the Australian League to the Premier League, it's a monumental step up. So we just need
it
to
is.
give him time.
But the other thing about Alston is as well, that every time he plays, we do lose those other stats. When you look at the stats, I do think I'll say about Alston.
His
He's never going to be,
distribution, his distribution is very, very good, though. May I say,
yeah, he has got some
the
good
balls
qualities,
he
yeah.
made. I mean, his distribution is fantastic, and it's something we don't see Emmy really do. We see him pass the ball to the centre backs, left
Yeah,
or right, really.
sometimes, yeah.
So that's one good quality that Olsen does have, is his distribution. He's a great kicker of the ball, so I'll give him that.
And what I liked about in the game against West Ham, it was a great reaction. It's what we needed. 'Cause in the first half as well, we moved the ball very slowly. And we moved the ball a lot quicker in the second half. Like, to the midfielders and strikers. But in that second half, though, I thought the creativity was a lot better.
Yeah, I think it came down to Unai just saying what he wants to do in the dressing room and then going
It
out and
worked.
then doing it. It worked, and we finally saw what we could do really. And I think the reason why play was slowed down was because of just players not really knowing their roles. So
Yeah.
when obviously Unai's come in the dressing room and gone, look, this is what I want. They've obviously listened to him and they've took it on board and they've gone out and done it the second time around. So that's all you need to do, really. You just need to learn.
And Emery explained to the team what a big game it was for the anniversary, but he said to them, come on, lads, you got to do this for the fans. The team did listen to Emery. And it turned the game around then. And I think we come out the better team the second half. I know what you think as well, but I thought Onana changed the game with his physicality. Given the way how competitive he is.
He's really good right now for Villa, and I think that Tillemans as well had a good game. And I'm just delighted with the overall performance in the second half.
And he
And
shows desire. The Onana, not like as well, he always shows desire. He gets stuck in.
I heard fans a few days ago saying that Onana wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. It's amazing what fans watch.
And then I
But
must be watching something different to us, yeah.
yeah, some fans don't really get the arc of Onana, but I just think he's really came on. I mean, he's taken him a while to get back to his full fitness with injuries and just his playing ability again. Because think about it, if you're injured and you've been out for like a month, 2 months maybe,
It's a big
you're
thing.
gonna you're gonna be a little bit rusty, aren't you? You're not going to be at your best. You're not going to be at your 100% and your full potential because you've been injured. Your muscles are weak. Your function's going to be weak, and that's life. That's what humans do. Really, I think you're not a superhero. Like you're going to be a little bit
And
rusty. So
you all make
I think it's
mistakes.
natural.
And I like about Onana as well. I like his height. Like somebody who's tall, in the box especially. Because he could score from the corner. You have a few opportunities from the corners.
The goal was scrappy, but
But
I
he'll
don't really
take it.
care.
Doesn't matter height yet, they will go in. They all count.
Ian Matson had a very, very good game again. So
Yeah, I like him.
that's a
It's good to
plus.
get more minutes. We need to give Matson more minutes.
Nedeljkovic as well. He had a very good game when he came on. I've always
I
liked him.
do, I like him. He don't play often enough though.
People say we need a right back, but I I don't think that I don't think we would do if he would have got the minutes he deserved.
Yeah. And Morgan Rogers, I think it made a difference that he played closer to Watkins in the second half. And Rogers was a constant threat. I mean, the way he kept driving forward, he was taking players on. I like the way, he plays the through ball. He's looking
Yeah,
for that, that killer pass. And he provided Watkins more support.
I'm very happy with Ollie Watkins right now. I just think he's found his place in the team, and his strengths are right now for us. I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to create chances, and I'm going to provide for this team, which wasn't his strength last year. But I think now, I don't think we can drop him. I really don't.
I think it's with Watkins as well. He's always working really hard. There's never
Yeah,
a game. He don't stop running.
yeah. He just wants to create, provide, score. He wants to be the full package, I suppose, from what we'd seen. So
Yeah, not a striker. That's what
it
Emery
would be
likes about
interesting.
him.
It would be very interesting to see what Unai does on Wednesday against Everton. We don't know really if Duran is coming back. We don't know about this other suspension yet. We don't know anything. But if he was to come back into the team,
And Rodgers,
I would
again,
really,
he's gliding through the pitch again. And also, I enjoy the celebration. Always like that celebration that Rodgers does.
yeah. He's actually from where I'm from, so it's nice to see someone from my hometown do good. So
Where's he from?
from Elzoin,
Yeah, yes, yeah, where you're from, yeah.
yeah. So
Well, I mean, I've mentioned a few performances. But Ian Matson, he was full of energy. I mean, he running socks off all game. I like the way he makes good runs. And also, in the way he found space. He had a lot of space on that left-hand side. And let's remember, he played for Dortmund last season. In Champions League
yeah, he
final.
got. I think he got Player of the Year in the Champions League or something, or
He did, that shows his quality.
something like that. Yeah.
That's why I think he needs to play more often.
Well, I said before, I think Matson offers different qualities than what Luca Dean does, and I think Luca Dean's a very good defensive uh, full back, but has very good distribution on his crosses and just his passing in general. But with Matson, he's got the legs, he can close players down, and he can create, and that's two things that are very good. That's what you need. So I'm just happy for both.
Yeah. And I thought Matty Cash, I thought he had a good game. He made a few good blocks. And he was very committed. And a big thing as well, he's a natural right back. So he
Yeah,
slots right in there, I think, in the side.
I don't know if we will get this right back we've been wanting, but
That's a wait and see.
I think we're okay for the time being.
I think I might get a centre back.
Yeah,
What's his name? That Menega. I just like Menegas.
yeah.
Something like that. Maybe links with, I know maybe links with him. So yeah, so if you, I hope you get something like him.
That's something. Someone we really do need. We do need a centre back right now.
Yeah,
So
we tighten up at the back. So let's talk about the Everton guy then. So what do you expect for the Everton guy on Wednesday?
I think it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah,
And
I think it won't be easy.
Goodison Park is always a tough place to go. Really, it's one of my favourite Premier League grounds as well. So I'm just hoping that we can just win again and have that momentum. So
And, yeah,
I would hope that we would win, but I don't know how the team's going to be selected because we don't really know what the situation is on Duran. And if he does come back on Wednesday, then
is he back?
I have no idea because we don't know
Are you
if
in
it's going
three
to be that
matches?
second suspension. It was a 3-game ban, but we don't know about the violation of whatever that was with him kicking the water bottle. We don't know if that's still another ban or whatever. We don't know. So,
And also, in the FA Cup, do you count that as a ban as well?
well,
Including the FA Cup, can you include that?
from what I understand, I thought that he was okay to start because from what I heard, the FA Cup, the ban didn't count, but now it does. So I don't know if that's another rule or whatever. But from what I understand, I thought that he was okay to start. So we don't
Well,
know.
we really
I
miss
think,
John Duran. We really miss John Duran.
yeah,
We could do him back.
it'll be really interesting to see if Unai slots him straight back in or drops whoever he drops.
Yeah, imagine I was going to choose him or Watkins.
See, the thing is now when someone goes, someone's got to fill in your boots, and when someone's having a few good games for Villa or any team, then what normally happens is if you're good, you keep your shirt, don't you? But it'll be interesting to see what he does on Wednesday to this team.
Give me John Duran as well. His stats are great at the moment. And he makes such an impact. Good, the goals he's scoring now, he's scoring a lot of goals. And
Yeah,
he's a nuisance to defenders. He wins a lot of duels as well.
yeah,
And also you got David Moyes as been appointed the Everton manager.
yeah. Some Everton fans didn't like it from what I heard on Talksport.
The thing is, he was successful there.
Yeah,
He was there for 12 years last time when he was last there.
I'm. Oh, I don't know. I think Everton will be okay with that appointment. I do really
You
like
keep
David
him up.
Moyes.
I like David Moyes, yeah, he did a good job there. I mean, gotta remember back in Everton with David Moyes. They always used to finish in the top six.
Yeah,
They're always consistent with David Moyes.
we always used to lose to Everton when they were under David Moyes. Always, it was always a tough place to go. It was almost like a fortress. So I think they'll be okay.
That's difficult. That's the difficult thing as well. 'Cause Everton have got a new manager, so it makes the game more difficult as well. Can I
Yeah,
will
because
impress David
the
Moyes? Yeah.
the tactics are going to change from manager to manager. So with no indication on what Everton are going to do, it doesn't matter how many tapes Unai watches or the staff watches of Sean Dyche's Everton now from a few days ago, because people's tactics change from manager to manager. You can never really be certain. So that's another thing we've got to take into account.
Well, the last few seasons, Villa have got a good record against Everton. We won them quite a lot the last few seasons at Goodison. I always
Yeah,
remember that Buendia goal. We won a few times there, didn't we?
yeah, we scored a few goals down there, Buendia. So I don't think he'll be starting, but I think he'll get a cameo sometime on Wednesday because he
Well, I
did play
think
really well.
we know Buendia. I think he's going to leave. I think so. In the summer.
Maybe, but he's been a good servant to the club. Really, he scored some important goals, but I don't know if fans take to him. I don't know because he does split opinions, but
And
I'm
Buendia,
happy with what he's done.
he's always a trier. He's
Yeah,
always trying. Yeah, you can't fault that of him. And I think this Everton game as well. I think Rodgers could be key to winning the game. In the way he carries the ball. So my personally think, I think we've got a chance.
I think we'll get something from that.
We've got enough quality to win the game, I think. So let's talk about the more FA Cup action. So did you watch the Tottenham game? What did
I
you
did
make
for
of
a little
that?
bit. Well, it was disappointing because from what I saw, I think Tamworth gave them a very good game, and for them to lose it, and I actually thought the referee was awful in that game.
Yeah,
For
well,
them to,
I agree.
uh, it was very tight margins in the game really because Tamworth did have very good chances, and I think if they were to take maybe one of them out of the five, they might have been walking away with a win.
The thing is, did you see that foul? I can't remember what
Yeah, I
Spurs
did.
player's name was, but yeah.
The
And he was,
Dragerson was walking on thin ice. He should have got
yeah.
sent off way before, but
To
it was
show VAR.
disappointing. I think every team in the Midlands were backing them to win
Yeah.
yesterday, and we all was. So
To show there was no VAR.
it's a shame too that there's no replays
On the
because they could
replay.
have generated a lot of money for them, I suppose.
What
They
I did
wouldn't have
in
actually
Tamworth.
they wouldn't have actually lost that game if there would have been a replay too. So
Yeah, well, I'm from Tamworth as well.
oh,
I'm someone from Tamworth. I'm very proud of the effort they gave. So
yeah,
they did my town proud. And taking a team to extra time, a Premier quality team, is an incredible achievement. Because Tottenham were 96 places above them
yeah.
in the football pyramid.
It was really disappointing the way that Spurs won because I
It's
don't
showing
think that foul was given up to leading up to the goal. I don't think it was even a foul.
it's like extra time. Yeah, to get all the way to extra time. Had that gone to a replay, they would have got, went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but never mind. They gave it a good go. They showed belief. And I don't think it was a fair reflection on the game. Losing
No,
it wasn't fair. But it just shows you with the quality, the difference between the quality. Yeah, they brought Sun and
yeah.
Kulavescu, and that changed the game for Spurs.
What annoyed me, I know it was football. It was just the way that Tamworth lost that got to me. They gave a foul that
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
really a foul. They should have had Dragerson sent off in the second half, and they
Yeah.
had to bring on their big guns to actually win the game. So
Well, Ange Costa
there
wasn't
you go.
happy. He still wasn't
No,
happy. 'Cause really, so it wasn't really a walkover. And also, I think Tamworth started to get really tired. Because, you're running around against professional players.
yeah, I mean these players who play for Tamworth, their first profession isn't even a footballer.
They got another job, they ain't got enough money to live on. They've
Yeah,
got
one
the
of
one
them
manager.
one of them worked one of them worked at Zara, one of them was a plumber, one of them was a sports coach. So
And I'll tell you what, that goalkeeper played really well. That Singh,
yeah,
he was excellent. I know the night before, he's away for the baby. And then he come back the next day to play for Tamworth. And what, so I was really impressed with seeing. I mean, he really kept Tamworth in the game. He had some brilliant size. And also, I like the way Tamworth used the long throws with that tonks. That worked quite a lot.
Yeah,
Can they hit, was it the post or the crossbar? I
it
think they
was
hit the
the
post.
it was the crossbar straight from the throw. I think Rory Delap had one similar for Stoke that was a goal back in the day
Yeah.
against Everton. So there has
See,
been
yeah.
occurrences where that has led to a goal. So
And Tamworth not played to their strengths. And that and Ulru as well. He showed a lot of pace. I think he's one for the future is. He's very direct. I like the way how confident he is. With the ball at his feet, and he played really well. But at the same time, I'm very proud of what they did.
yeah, it was disappointing how they lost in the end though. But
Just shy. I felt sorry for them. Let's go to the last point then. So we've got two more points. So firstly, what is your thoughts about the FA Cup draw against Tottenham? And we'll talk about transfer additions. So what do you make of the FA Cup draw?
well, considering how they played on Sunday, I think we might win.
Well, yeah, but for the
I
Park
really
right
do.
home.
I really, really do think we're going to get something from that.
Well, I'm really glad again. We've been lucky with the draw. But up for the
Well,
Park.
yeah, I mean, I was expecting Man City or Man United or Liverpool or something because that's our luck, really.
And Tottenham, really, I
I
mean, they
think we're
haven't
going to
been
get
brilliant.
something. No,
They haven't been great this season. I mean, there's been times when the defending hasn't been great. And they're still doing, with Ange Costa, he's still got a lot of convincing to do with the Tottenham fans. But mind you, if they win the Carabao Cup, they've got a chance of if they get through to the final of that, they've got a chance of that.
yeah,
But it's going to take time, I think, with Ange.
he's divided a few opinions since he's came in. Some for the right and wrong reasons, really. But I still think he's a great manager and he's very passionate and he
You're
knows
going
the
to give him
game.
time. The fans need to give him time, definitely need to give him time. And also, being about what we said about the home draw, we get the advantage being at home. We got all the fans behind us. So you imagine if you win that game, then you start to believe then, Kevin.
Yeah.
God, I never kept saying it the last few weeks. But I love Villa to win a trophy.
It'd be it'd be amazing to see that happen. And it's been a long, long time. So I think this is one of the biggest chances really from what we've got.
Yes. And very quickly, let's talk about the new additions. So we signed Marlon. Well, we're going to sign Marlon for €23. Rizzy Dortmund, I think that's going to be a great signing. Who else do you think will confirm before the window shuts?
I'd be happy with just that one for now. I mean, I don't really know if there's been any leads that are 100% because we don't know. I mean, we're linked with everybody in these types of windows.
Oh
So
yeah, we are. But Mark,
I'm just waiting to see any professional say that the deal's done for me to say otherwise.
yeah.
So I'm
But
just happy that
He's a great signing, Marlon.
yeah, and he's plays in the Netherlands national team, so he knows Maatsen as well as him playing with Dortmund with him. So I'm happy with that, and I think Bailey might potentially be a substitute, and I think he's a lot better as a sub right now than what he is playing a full 90 minutes. So
And he's very similar to Moussa Diaby. But we need that sort of player.
yeah, we haven't replaced him yet, so he'll probably be the one.
And he's got a lot of pace. And we need sort of that pacey sort of player.
Yeah,
Somebody who can take on, the fullback.
I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
excited about this one.
And then you got competition for Leon Bailey. Is he like a support striker? He pretty could be that.
Yeah,
Or sort of winger support striker.
I mean, I think that's why I signed him, because of his versatility and just players who can play anywhere he wants, because we've
Different
got Matt
positions.
Cash, we've got Cash, who we actually wanted to keep at the club, and he plays right midfield and right back. We've also got Maatsen, who can play left midfield and left back. We've got players who are versatile and are in lots of different areas of the pitch. Bailey played striker sometimes, and Diaby also did. So it's just all about those types of players that are Unai Emery players. So I think that's
I
why
think
we've
it gives
also
you
kept him signed.
different options. That's what you need in your team. You need different options in there. So we're going towards the end of the podcast, Callum. So what is your Everton score prediction?
I'm going to go 1-0 to Villa, and I don't know who's going to score because we don't know who's playing. It could be Duran, it could be Watkins, but I would say maybe Morgan Rogers again.
Well, I'm going to go. I think we'll win as well. I'm going to go 2-0 away win. And a clean sheet finally. Well, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. And Callum, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, I love it. I really do. So it's great to be on again.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please remember to make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button. And give it a share. Make sure to spread the word about this podcast. And also, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And another thing that's really helpful as well, give us a good review on our audio platforms, including Spotify and Apple. And thank you so much, Colin, for your time. I'm going to wrap up this episode with Up the Villa and Villa Forever.